Welcome back from the break. Now, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, has released an 80-page policy document which highlights an 8-point agenda. Top on his priority list of action plans include national security, economy, agriculture, power, oil and gas, transportation and education. The 80-page document containing multi-sectoral policy options is tagged Renewed Hope 2023, Action Plan for a Better Nigeria. The APC presidential candidate also pledged to continue the massive social investment programs of the Buhari administration. Tinubu is promising huge investments in sports, entertainment and culture, youth empowerment and entrepreneurship to expand job opportunities for millions of Nigerian youths. The APC candidate says, having listened to the yearnings of Nigerians, he is emboldened to change their stories for good, the same way he did in Lagos State as governor for 8 years, while putting together the best team. He stated that the total transformation of Nigeria can be achieved building on the foundation laid by the present APC administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. And joining us to shed some light on what the APC is offering Nigerians, especially young people, are Aliu Audu, convener of the APC National Stakeholders Forum, who will be joining us from our Lagos studio. And of course, we have here in the studio Rilwan Okpanachi, who is a lawyer and Director General of the Ashwaju Project Beyond 2023. Thank you so much. And let's take a look at this document. Talk to us about it. How is it going to affect Nigerians?
Okay, thank you very much. This document, I must confess, that is a product of APC manifesto. It's in line with APC manifesto, and it indicates the direction Ashwaju's government will take. And the document is very comprehensive, is up to date, and the document addresses our challenges as it should be. And if well implemented, and of course we know of Ashwaju's capacity to implement the policy document, most of the problems we are facing in Nigeria today will be a thing of the past.
Now, talk to us about the key aspects of this this manifesto that Nigerians are counting on. There's the issue of power, the issue of infrastructure and all of that. The criticism of President Muhammadu Buhari will also be inherited by the APC presidential candidate if indeed he wins. But how can Nigerians trust this document that's released by Bola Tinubu?
Yes, Nigeria should trust this document because this document is a reflection of Ashwaju's ideas. It's a reflection of Ashwaju's position before now. Ashwaju has been addressing most of the issues that are contained in this document. Most of the issues that are contained in this document. If you talk about federalism, you don't need anybody to tell you about Ashwaju's stance as far as federalism is concerned. When you talk about the need to provide infrastructure, you don't need anybody to tell you. When you talk about security, he's an experienced person in that sector. So what Ashwaju has done, what he did in Lagos State, and what he has been telling Nigeria over the years, even after leaving office, point to the fact that Ashwaju will implement this policy document as it should be implemented. So Nigeria should not have any reason to doubt Ashwaju because he has done it before and he will do it again, and he has been saying it. So it's not new to the issues that he has been talking about. He's talked about how to empower the youth. He talked about the fact that the youth will not just be the leaders of tomorrow, but they will be builders of today, that the youth will be actively involved in his government to understand the nation they are going to lead tomorrow. So everything about this policy document are things that Ashwaju has been discussing, and engaging in. If you are familiar with Ashwaju and are interested in what he says and what he does, you should know that this policy document is a true reflection of his thinking towards the problem of Nigerians. And
some Nigerians said that there are unrealistic projections of GDP growth. I mean, if you look at the GDP growth that the document seems to be postulating, that, I mean, they think it's too ambitious. What do you have to say about that?
It has to be ambitious. Ashwaju as a president,
over-ambitious.
No, it's not. There's nothing like over-ambitious. Those who are criticizing it are being limited. Those who are criticizing it, are being limited by their own background. Ashwaju is somebody that is well experienced, somebody that had a very robust private sector experience, somebody who worked with an international oil company, with Deloitte, with Haskell. So he's coming from a different background that the people criticizing his documents are not familiar with. He's coming from a background that is too sophisticated for them to understand. So there's nothing unvivacious about the GDP. It is doable, and Asuwaju will do it. He has done it before. We have the resources, we have the potentials, both human and natural, to attain that GDP.
Yeah, but the document is short on where he will be getting the monies from. Where will the monies come from?
The money will come from within. Now, Asuwaju is talking about, diversifying the oil sector itself. There are lots of, areas in the oil sectors that are untapped. For instance, we have over 206 trillion cubic gas is reserved in Nigeria, proven, yet we are suffering in terms of electricity and water fuel. Asuwaju is going to diversify in such a way that Nigeria will take full advantage of that which we have. He's talking about, blocking loopholes. He's talking about widening the tax collection scope. One interesting thing about Asuwaju is saying that he's not going to increase tax burden because of the economic situation in the country. Rather, he will expand the scope, widen the tax nets, bringing in more new taxpayers, and also introducing a luxury tax and other incentives that will encourage people to come out and pay their tax, just as it's been done in Lagos State. So he has this experience, he has this knowledge, and he has this capacity. What we need Nigerians to do is to trust in the ability of Asuwaju to deliver on his policy documents.
Well, I'm being told that we eventually have Aliyu Audu joining us from our Lagos studio. Thank you so much for joining us, Aliyu. Just talk to us about this document. Isn't it overambitious? I mean, if you look at the GDP projections, you look at some of the things that are being said there. I mean, I keep wondering, where would Tinubu get all the monies to achieve some of these things he has stated in this policy document, if he indeed becomes president?
All right. Good evening, Somna. Good evening, Nigerians. I don't think it is overambitious. I think it's a small mind, who do not understand the potentials of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that would say this. I mean, they say worse things in 1999-2000 when he rolled out his long-term plan, 25-year plan, and a lot of people, looked at, they went on, accusing him of all sorts. 22, 23 years down the line, and they look back and all they can say is that Asuwaju owns Lagos. He doesn't own Lagos. He just takes responsibility for Lagos. And that's exactly what he's done with this manifesto. I did tell you that this manifesto will be the point of, the turning point of progressive governance, the turning point of, political campaigns in Nigeria. This is a collector's item. Like, it's in many ways, a document that years to come, we'll look back to and say this was when, the national story turned around. And I'll tell you this, from the title, Renewed Hope, it's sort of married our manifesto of 2013, our APC formation manifesto that says a new party for a new Nigeria. It marries this with the hope. There was this emotion, that we sold to Nigerians when APC was formed. There are a lot of people, who don't understand what we've been through, come around now to say we had cheated on Nigeria and we deceived them. That's what a few other parties have tried to do. Because they actually thought we lied to Nigerians. So they think it's a script.
APC has become all promises cancelled. How are we sure that it won't be the same thing again if indeed Nigerians maybe entrust you? And
I'll tell you why it is not. APC is not all promise council. I actually think that this document is what I personally christen this document as Asuwaju's pact with the citizens. This is a pact he is making, and I get it. There's a sprinkle of audacity, or what's it called now? Audacity. Some would think is arrogance. No, but it comes from the surety. It comes from the assurance that he has had over the years, that knowing that if you do the right thing, you will get the right result. He's coming at the back. He's not thinking of, He's not imagining things. He has done it before. And he's going to do it again. This document clearly shows you that Asiwaju, was never about becoming influential. He only wanted to be effective. And that's exactly what he's done.
Just before I let you go, because
you talked about the GDP budget. Let me quickly address one thing you said. You talked about the GDP budget. He is basing this GDP budget projections, which are very correct and decent, because they are basing it on the 2021 UNDP basement of our GDP at 440 billion US dollar. And if in 2022 we have grown by 10%, Asiwaju is clearly saying that in the next 5 years he anticipates 10% growth year on year. And when you look at the details, he's not just talking about what he's going to do, he's telling you how he's going to do it, and he's putting metrics, and he's having confidence. I mean, the most intriguing part of this document for me is the part where he says by the end of 2023 we would have created about 2-point-something million jobs, which means that the Asiwaju I know already knows where those 2 million jobs are going to come from.
Okay,
and he's very honest and realistic.
We don't have enough time, but I just want you, just to add very quickly, what's in there for young people? Just very quickly in 30 seconds before we go.
One, the young people will have opportunity to own houses of their own, buy cars at their own time, because government is going to create incentives for banks to give loans. And in fact, the housing authorities in Nigeria are going to be reformed in such a way that
well, that's another ambitious statement there. But gentlemen, unfortunately, we don't have enough time. I've been told that we just have to end at this point. Well, that's a wrap on this week, where we have provided deeper insights into some of the biggest stories that made the headline during the week. On behalf of our team here in Abuja, Lagos, and London, thanks for watching, and see you next week. I'm Sam Sambo.